John with the National Capital Dahlia Society, and we're going to divide a set of tubers here from our display garden dig today. We're really promoting not spreading virus. So one of the biggest things we do is all our tools are dipped in a bleach solution and or alcohol between every plant we cut. So these are my favorite tools, these two tools. This is a pair of clippers and a pair of small loppers for big, hard work to do. We have a clump here of Westerton Southside. And the first thing I will do when I'm attacking a tuber like this is there's a lot of these hair roots on here that are distracting and will probably not make it through the winter anyway and cause some sort of rotting. So I'm going to try and get rid of all these hair roots and tips. And try and clean it up here some. There's a lot in here. I'm trying to get through it fast. A lot of times I will spend a little more time getting this stuff off. So I've got most of it off. There's a little bit more on here. So what we're trying to do is get eyes for our tubers. And I don't know if we can see this. This right here, these two tubers have a piece of the crown. There's probably about 5 eyes in there. So I'm always going to try and go for my easier pieces first. So I can get that out of there. And again, look, my hair roots are holding everything in there. So I've got all these hair roots I want to get off of here because they're not going to make it through the winter. And with this one, I'm going to probably, well, there's so many eyes there, I'm going to split that because that's 2 chances. And that's still got 2 eyes. That's got 4 eyes. Those are going to be 2 that I save. And then going further in here, the biggest thing, everybody, you're not always going to see the eyes, although look, there's an eye right there. The biggest thing you want to make sure you do is get a piece of this crown. This is the crown. Don't just cut right here because you're not going to have any growth. So go for a piece of the crown. Try and get some of that out of there. And again, try and clean up your tuber. That one's good. Now we're getting into difficult territory here. All the easy stuff has been taken out. This I'm probably going to avoid. This looks like it was probably a mother tuber. So you can save a mother tuber and do cuttings from it, but usually it's not going to be as good as all the rest. So we're going to toss that. And then, it's difficult when we get to this point. I'm just going to try and get off a chunk of this with the crown. See if it makes a little more sense afterwards. So this is all crown. That tuber looks a little old, but I like this tuber a little better. Not to say this is bad. Probably just going to leave it connected. But we got enough of the crown, but okay, there's a couple eyes right in there. You're not always going to see these eyes. So I go with seeing the crown. Having this much crown, I think it's pretty safe. I want to clean up this stuff here. I don't want to have any chances of stuff having rot. So good thing I did that, but look, right in here, there's a piece of crown and there's a little eye connected. We can just pop it out like that. Get that little piece that's kind of shredded off of there. That'll be good. This guy got a little whipped by having a lot of the tuber ripped off the back. I'm going to probably save it, see what it does. This will be good for my personal garden if it survives. But with this being shredded here, there's a very good chance we might have problems with it. And even this little guy hiding in here, that's still a possible plant, so. If we got some of the crown? Nope, I don't think so. And that's how we divided this today. One thing a lot of people do is they use fungicides to store them. I personally like ground cinnamon. Less people have problems with it. It smells like Christmas time. And what I'll do, this is a new, give me a second here. What I like to do is I like to dip my cut ends. I'll usually have this in a bigger container like this. Seal that off, kind of heel over where I've just cut. I don't have any vermiculite with me today, but normally I'll put a nice little bed of vermiculite in here, and then all my tubers sit in here and go to bed for the year. You can shake it up a little bit once you have your vermiculite in there, and it'll spread this cinnamon over the rest of the tuber. But again, I just try to put it on my cut ends. That's not going in there.
Want me to get a cup?
And there you go. That's how we divide tubers here at the NCDS.